Hello and welcome to round 4 of the Battles at Summerhall UK with me, Rebecca Gillard, and joined again by Richard as always.
Hello.
Hello, Richard. So today then we've got an exciting matchup between Matt Slade playing Targ Fealty and Ollie McDonald playing Greyjoy Crossing.
Why is it exciting?
Well, because we've already seen Ollie in 2 games so far.
Oh.
And in the 2 games that he's played, we've seen him play, he's won in like 17 minutes or less.
I think he probably won all his games in a combined total of 15 challenges or something.
I think it's even less than that. I mean, the last game we watched, he won it in 4 challenges in the whole game, wasn't it? Between the 2 of them.
Yeah, something like that.
Something crazy. But Matt, we know, is a very, very accomplished Targ player.
Accomplished?
Yeah.
Wow.
Because he builds all these different deck designs and he always does well with them. And it's quite interesting. He's always, like I say, Targ loyalist, but he always plays different kinds of Targ. So it's not just, Targ big guys and burn every time. I mean, last time I played him, I think he just used a core set or something. And this wasn't that long ago. And I think this deck, did you say it's like a Tokar deck? Is that what you said?
Yep.
What's a Tokar deck?
It's a deck that revolves around the card Tokar.
Is that a real card? It sounds like some, I don't know, Hawaiian totem pole or something.
It's basically, a Tokar itself is basically like the dress that Danny wears in the book.
Oh, okay.
Only the dress in the book, she had a breast bare.
Oh, okay. She doesn't do that in the programme, does she?
Definitely not in the programme. Kind of, I mean, Matt Slade had gone here to rock the Tokar deck. Kind of glad he's not wearing a Tokar or anything. So...
Oh, it'd have been pretty thematic. It'd have been entertaining at least.
I'm kind of impressed that Matt took this deck. I mean, he does love Targ. He plays so much Targ. But not only that, I mean, like with some deck, you just see the same kind of things over and over again with a few different cards. Matt definitely tried to experiment with many different styles, including he does have a soft spot for the attachment Targ decks.
Okay.
Trying to make them work because they do have attachment synergies that have tried to be forced onto the faction.
Yeah.
With Vase Dothrak and Merchant Prince and plenty of Targ attachments that don't really seem to play.
Merchant Prince.
Yeah, he's a thing.
Bless him. But I was really, really interested to see the plot that Matt opened here. Unexpected delay. It's not really something we even see in a plot deck recently. Well, I don't think I've ever really seen it prevalent, but...
I've seen it played in Melee a few times. Like Josh Chambers played it in Melee. Like he plays loads of cheap attachments, such as like Noble Lineage and stuff. Shoves it on the characters, so those characters cannot be bounced, and then your opponent's not prepared for it at all. Yeah, and then everything bounces. Because if you go first, if you can make your opponent first, then your opponent has to select a character first, and you can pick a different character.
Ah, okay.
But it really does depend on the initiative.
Yeah.
If your opponent's got any sense, he'll make you first as the unexpected delay player, and then you can just pick the same person that he picks.
Oh, right, okay.
So
I see Matt is first on this one.
Yeah, I mean, unexpected delay is only 3 gold. So he collected 4 gold, so he's used it to marshal a bodyguard.
2 bodyguards.
2 bodyguards on Danny, yeah.
And Viserys as well.
Viserion.
Oh god, I was getting too mixed up.
And a Rose Road.
Yeah.
So I think it's safe to say the dragon's going to bounce.
Yeah, it would be the obvious choice. And on Ollie's side of the board, unless he puts anything else big out, I'm assuming it'll be the Reader.
This is the 3rd game in a row Ollie has opened with Summer Harvest.
Is it? Ollie, you're making a bad pattern.
Or is he?
Maybe he's doing it on purpose.
I mean, he's here. He's playing at the top table. Who are we
to? I'm not on the top table. So, just a quick look at actual setup. So, Ollie set up with the Reader, Wildling Scout, and Flea Bottom, an open Summer Harvest. So, I'm assuming he was probably trying to get the gold to play out big. We've seen in previous games he runs Corbalon, Victarion, Neuron. So, he's possibly got one of those in hand that he was hoping to play out. Gold shortage means that he's not going to be able to do that, and to be quite frank, even if he did, they're probably coming back to hand, so he probably doesn't want to throw out a big. I'd imagine he'll throw out a Chud. Yeah. Just something to have on the board after the unexpected delay.
Interesting that he has 2 Chud which synergise very well with Flea Bottom.
Yeah, not Captain's daughter. Salt Wife, that's it. Salt Wife's amazing because you just sacrifice her and then pull her back in and sacrifice her again.
Seemed good, right?
Yeah.
So, unexpected delay triggers. Matt chooses the Reader. Ollie chooses Viserion. No surprises here.
No. So neither player has a military icon on the board. So I guess at least no one's going to be killed this turn. Matt's not got any gold for Dracarys. But he does still have his fealty standing, so I guess he could use that. But I don't really think he'd want to at this point.
No, I agree. Essentially what's happened here is, I mean, Matt's taken a nice bit of tempo off from Ollie because Ollie wasted one of his economy plots, essentially. Not only has he played the economy plot and got less gold because of Matt's unexpected delay, but he's also been discouraged from actually playing a big character as well with the plot. And Matt, of course, they've both got 2 characters on the board, and Matt has arguably the best character.
Yeah.
Completely, like, both of Ollie's cost 2 gold, one of Max's 7 cost. So.
Yeah, with 2 bodyguards on it. I think, because Ollie's crossing as well, so, I mean, he's not going to be able to do the power first, because it's just going to fizzle. It would fizzle anyway. Actually, they'd both fizzle, wouldn't they? If Danny was standing, but Danny's kneeling by the looks of it.
Well, they wouldn't fizzle.
Yeah, because if...
Oh, yeah, because Wildling Garage 2, isn't it?
Yeah, so if either one went first, that challenge would fizzle if Danny was standing, but Danny's knelt now. Oh, that's a pull.
Yeah, so Matt's gone first. He decided to kneel Danny. Probably to get the insight and to take a card out of Ollie's hand.
Yeah.
Because there isn't really anything else to play for. The military is most important early game. There's no military on the board, so that's irrelevant. Power is pointless here.
Yeah, I'd be surprised if Matt did do a power.
One possible thing here is perhaps Matt Slade knew Ollie would open Summer Harvest.
Yeah?
They are both part of the Cross Keys meta in London.
Oh yeah, of course they are.
And they do play, I would assume they play each other a fair bit.
Yeah, so Matt's probably got a good idea of what Ollie likes to...
Yeah, there's a possibility of a familiarity.
Aww.
I'm sure Matt isn't bothered. He doesn't have a Dothraki on the board.
I don't know, he's saying he's not happy.
And he's running 14 attachment.
14?
I think so, yeah.
Cool,
well,
blimey.
you have to protect against unexpected delay if you're running it.
Yeah, that's true. Is his deck online?
It is.
Okay, so you can find Matt's deck online.
Yes, and I'm sure Matt will link this video to his deck list online as well.
Yeah. Is Ollie's online? Is Ollie's online, do we know?
I don't think I've seen Ollie post a list.
Okay. Let's have a look what's going on. So power from Ollie there. I guess Matt could just kneel the Chud. And at least it's not unopposed.
He's going to lose Dom either way.
Yeah. Okay, yeah, so Ollie winning that one. So 2-0 to Ollie at the moment. And then gaining Dom as well. So, yeah, 3-0. But I'd still say that Matt's got a stronger board.
He does have a stronger board. Let's see if he can accentuate that.
Matt just needs to be really careful because, I mean, if you've watched the last game, Ollie got 8 power in one challenge. So
that'll only take him to 11. And he doesn't have Balon and Euron.
No, but what I'm saying is Ollie's deck can really just rush ahead. So Matt needs to make sure early game he's really sort of stopping Ollie from getting that board presence. Interesting.
Another interesting plot from Matt.
Yeah.
Supporting the face.
Again, I don't think I've seen that one played for a while.
It's a good choice in Targ, in that he's
Fealty
playing
deck.
Targ Fealty, and Dracarys cost 1.
And heads on spikes. Ollie obviously trying to sort of accentuate that rush. He knows there's a dragon in there. I mean, hitting a dragon isn't always brilliant because of fire and blood, but I guess at least it means that you have to use your fire and blood.
You have to draw it, you have to use it.
Ollie's saying, this is the dragon. Managing to pull it.
It was the dragon.
It was the dragon. Well done, Ollie. Like he's psychic or something. Maybe he's got like X-ray vision. Maybe he doesn't really need to wear glasses. Maybe he's just got X-ray vision.
The power of gingerbeard.
Gingerbread X-ray vision.
The only bad thing about supporting the faith plot is the 4 reserve.
Oh yeah,
that's quite tough, isn't it?
Yeah,
that is tough.
It's not too bad if you're running flea bottom, but we've not seen a flea bottom yet from Matt. 8 gold though. Doesn't really matter about the 4 reserve. Just going to splurge his hand out, surely.
Yeah, could probably get down to 4 cards in hand quite easily.
I think I can see a Drogo in hand. I mean, I can see the colour blue. Yeah, that's a Drogo. There's not many cards that actually just have lots of nice, pretty blue on it. But generally, it's a Drogo. I'm being looked at.
I'm being looked at. This is unfamiliar to me. Please stop.
Well, normally you just ignore my presence. Oh, what's her name? Iri? Iri. So Iri, you can bestow up to 2, 3? 2. And you can discard a gold from her to stand is it Lord or Lady? Or is it just Lady? Lord or Lady. So she's nice with Dany. Keeps Dany standing. And also got Drogon out there as well. So Dany now gets renown. And also a dragon on the board is always good. Matt's saving 1 gold there, but obviously that will disappear at the beginning of the turn. But no matter, for he does have the fealty nil. So Ollie's marshalling now.
So he's only going to have 5 gold.
Yeah.
Now he can have 6 resources.
Oh yeah, a sea tower, that's handy. Can't really see what's in his hand, unfortunately. But I'm sure it's wonderful, whatever it is. Just not Euron, because Euron was intrigued out. Poor Euron.
Poor Euron. Best character in the game.
I thought you liked Dagmar.
Best character in the game.
What, Dagmar or Euron?
Both of them.
I really enjoyed the art that you posted, by the way, with Dagmar.
I went in the Facebook group.
Yeah. Just happy smiling Dagmar giving everyone the finger.
That guy was whining and complaining, so I thought I'd share an art like he wanted.
Whining and complaining?
Well, he was.
Was he?
He was whining and complaining. I'm not very sympathetic to people that whine and complain.
No, you're not. It's rubbish of them ill, because you just moan. Well, I try and whine and complain, and you just ignore me.
I don't want to hear about your illness. Just deal with it.
I'll deal with it and then give it to you, and then I'll ignore you while you're whining and complaining.
I never whine and complain.
No, you just sort of fall asleep like an old man.
It's true.
Like the time when I was out and I came home and you'd fallen asleep in bed and locked the door and left the key in the lock, and I couldn't get in the house and had to throw bouncy balls at the window to try and wake you up, which is very difficult to do because you are deaf and, like, asleep you're even deafer.
I didn't really care that much, to be honest. I just sort of woke up, let you in and went back to bed.
Yeah. It wasn't an issue for you. I was one stuck outside for half an hour bouncing balls.
We have action.
Oh, he's actually marshalled something.
Theon.
Little Theon.
New Theon.
Baby
Theon.
Gets him unopposed to play the We Do Not Sow that you won't have the gold for.
That's bitchy. That is brutal.
It wasn't meant to be bitchy.
That is absolutely...
It was a bit brutal, wasn't it? Sorry, Ollie. So Matt taking a pre-challenge action, kneeling his faction card. So the fealty has been knelt, so he can just Dracarys at will. I think I can actually see one. Is that a Dracarys?
I'm not looking at his hand. I'm just reading the board state.
Oh, okay. So
you would assume that he's going to use Iri this round to stand Dany.
It would make sense. Especially as all of Ollie's characters are like 2 strength or less. So on the first challenge, you just need to stand Dany and they'll be on 0 strength.
Yep. Although that would mean no one can defend against 0 strength Theon, which is quite amusing. Because he can't win it either way.
That's quite funny. Yeah, so the power going through unopposed. So we get unopposed, claim, renown and insight.
That's pretty cool.
That's a big jump from 5-0 to 4-3. An entry coming in from Iri. I'm guessing Ollie just wants to get off his crossing. So I'd imagine he'd just let everything go unopposed.
Everything, including military.
Oh, yeah, that's the point. You can't really defend the military, though, either way, can he?
Nope. Well, he can sack an iron mind it if he really wanted to get his 3 challenges off. But he's under pressure here. He got an inferior board.
What's that?
Looks like a relentless assault.
Oh, yeah. I don't think we've seen him play that in the last couple of games. I wonder if it's a one-off.
Could be. It's not a card you play 3 of, I don't think.
No, unless you're playing melee and it's your restricted card.
Is it restricted?
Yeah, I think so. I think that's one of the restricted ones.
I need to build a melee deck for Starlet.
You do.
But there are no Greyjoy cards left.
Is that because you've got lots of Greyjoy decks built?
No, you have for your melee.
Oh, yeah. I need to, adjust that.
So is Matt doing a military? Or is it now Ollie's challenges?
I think Matt is considering at least.
So we're still... The onus is on Matt.
Possibly. He looks like he's very deep in thought.
He is ruminating.
Oh, no, he's leaning back. Maybe he has passed. Yeah, he must have passed. Okay, so... Intrigue then, coming in from the Wildling Scout.
So I guess this is where he stands Danny.
Makes sense.
And then unoppose it.
Yeah, so that just fizzles. Yeah, I was going to say he's going to have to do the military next because the
it won't be unopposed if you did it last.
Oh! Bye, Theon. Okay.
Well, this is good for Matt because, like we say, he's controlled Ollie's board quite nicely with the 2 plots. With the unexpected delay, getting rid of the bigger character in the reader, and then playing support in the faith. Because Ollie played Heads on Spike, he's obviously lost his big economy plot in Summer Harvest.
Yeah.
That meant that he cannot get anything big out. So Matt's not really under that much pressure, but now he's got Dracarys as well to really hammer this home.
It's interesting that Ollie has sacrificed the scout to give the Saltwife stealth, allowing the Saltwife to stealth past Danny so that he can get his crossing turn through. So he's got the power gain plus the crossing there. However, it does mean that Ollie's left with just a Saltwife on the board, whereas Matt's got Iri, Drogon, Danny with 2 bodyguards, and a reducer. And wow, Matt's discard is a Jogo.
Wow!
I know, and I really like Jogo. I wouldn't discard Jogo. As if.
Well.
So, same plots again, guys?
Yeah, seems so.
Seems so.
Heads on Spike seeming quite popular at the moment in many, many decks. Especially at World, there are plenty of crossing decks that ran double Heads on Spike.
Heads on Spikes is good. I mean, even if you don't hit anything, like character-wise, you're still taking cards and options at hand. It's like Green Dreams.
It is Green Dream. It's a 0 cost attachment. Which...
When you nearly look at the top card of your deck?
Yeah.
But you don't get to draw it, do you? Doesn't it like you look at it and then you can either put it on the bottom of your deck or leave it where it is?
Yeah.
Is that right?
Mm-hmm.
Seems like such a weird card.
Seems alright with the Maester agenda and stuff.
Yeah, that's
and
true.
And anything that you have insight. So like with Danny, she gets insight, so you can look at the card and then you can choose whether you actually want to draw that with the insight you're about to. So if you put it on Danny, you can basically you get a choice of the best of 2 cards.
Yeah, I guess so. Although you don't know what the second card is, so you might be discarding a meh card for a really crap card.
True.
Although theoretically, there are no crap cards in anyone's deck.
Of course.
Because everyone makes their deck to be optimal. So all cards are needed. It's a theory, but, you know, if you're like me, you'll have little random cards that you're like, yes, it's funny.
The best thing to do with Green Dream, you put it on your opponent's Gregor.
Yeah.
So when
Took me a minute to think there.
So when you kneel, you just check what your top card is, and if it's a character that's going to wreck your board, well, you put it on the bottom.
That's a really good idea. I didn't think of that.
I didn't think of it. I think Dave Bamford did it once.
Okay.
And that's sort of stuck in my mind of being quite clever.
Well done, Dave Bamford. Oh, Vicky's on the board.
I think Dave was also talking about, the Beggar King attachment, which you can only put on a Targ character. Putting it on your opponent's Targ character and triggering it from there for whatever reason. There are certain benefits you can do from it.
Really?
Yeah.
Like what?
From not having it on your own character.
Why would it be beneficial not to have it on your own character?
Well, I can't think offhand, but it's like, when you have to kneel attachments and stuff, or like, when you got raiding longship, you can't target people with attachment.
Yeah.
Yeah, so there are other benefits than the attachment themselves to having an attachment. You don't understand, do you?
I don't know why I'd put it on an opponent's character. Normally it's good to have attachments on your own character. It stops a lot of stuff. But anyway, Matt's marshalling. We've got a Jorah, a strong Belwas.
Yep.
Woo! Which has been bestowed because why not? The gold's all going anyway. And Ollie just sitting there with Victarion and a Salt Wife, which is a bit sad. Matt has knelt his faction card, so Fealty is again prepped and ready to go if needed. Don't know what the odds are of him having another Dracarys in hand. I mean, he had Scar down to 4 last turn, only drawn 2 more since beginning of the turn, so I'd be surprised if he's got another Dracarys, but there's always that threat, isn't there? And especially with Victarion and Daniel on the board, do you really want to risk him?
I mean, he hadn't played a lot of draw plots either, so you're not expecting him to cycle through a lot of his deck.
No.
So the odds of having a second Dracarys are reasonably low.
So Victarion doing a 4 strength power challenge there, but as Ollie's first player, he gets to nearly his raiding longship, Iron Fleet Scout first to boost Victarion to 6, which puts him out of Dracarys range. And then at the end of the turn, he'd no longer be in the challenge, so the -1 from Danny wouldn't be taking effect. So even if he was Dracarys, it would just leave him on 1 strength, basically, wouldn't it?
Yeah. Although technically he's at 5 strength, because Danny's standing and he's crossing.
Ah, yes. Well done. Thank you. So, power 4, 5, as you say. Again, if I was Matt, I'd think I'd just defend. But with more than just that, otherwise you're going to lose it. Because Victarion goes up 1, doesn't it? Yeah.
There you go, bit of musical characters.
Yeah. So defend there for 8. And Ollie's Victarion has gone back up to 6 now. Because with Danny knelt, he was 4 for the crossing, plus 2 from the scout. So yeah, so Victarion's on 6. Matt's on 8, so Matt wins that challenge.
I like that play because he's going to get the insight. He can reach down Danny, which gives him the power icon on the offense, and Matt can get all of his challenges off.
And he also gets a renown as well because of Drogon. So seems good. And Ollie passing there. So Matt's starting off with an intrigue.
Yeah,
probably hoping to get any risens from Ollie's hand, I'd guess.
I would say so. It's always a good call to go intrigue first against Greyjoy.
Yeah. Even remembering to put the betrayal token on. Don't normally see that. Nice.
Well, that was written in the stars.
Yeah. And then the renown on Jorah. I think Matt's going to get a few things through here, isn't he? So military. What strength is that character on? Strong Belwas? 4. Okay, but it's 3 cost, right?
Correct.
That's pretty good.
He's just 1 icon. He has a decent ability, even though you can only trigger it once per phase.
What does it do again?
Discard a gold off him to save a character. A unique Targ character.
And is it just says save? They don't come back to hand or anything like that?
Save.
Oh, that's handy.
So you couldn't have Valar with 1 gold, but you can't trigger him twice.
So Ollie there sacrificing the Iron Mines to save the Salt Wife. I guess he doesn't want to be marched, basically, so. And Iri discarding her gold to stand Danny, and Danny's coming back in for the power. So kneeling the Salt Wife there to... Oh no! Imagine Big meanie.
You want it unopposed.
He does. So he was attempting to defend with Assault Wife, but that's going through unopposed because Assault Wife was a Jakarist. So that's unopposed, claim, which Ollie needs to take off. Yeah, there we go. Insight and Renown for Danny. So Matt's really filling his hand back up there, but he's going to have to discard back down to 4 in a moment anyway. But I guess at least he's got the options of what he wants to keep. So, end of the round, it's a tie for Dom because neither player has gold and all the characters are kneeling.
So what do you play now if you're Ollie?
God knows.
You suspect Matt would march if he runs it?
Yeah, if he runs it, you'd expect so.
A lot of Targ lists are aggressive, so he may run it. He doesn't.
He doesn't. But no, Wildfire seems good.
Yeah, Strong Bell has to save will not help here.
No. I think if I was Matt, I'd probably keep Jorah here. I mean, he only needs 4. Renown on Danny, Renown on Jorah, so maybe get rid of the Strong Belwas.
You get rid of Belwas?
Yeah, because like...
Wouldn't you get rid of Drogon?
No, because he's giving Danny Renown.
He is, but Fire and Blood, you can bring him back easier.
Yeah, but because he only needs 4 power, I think I'd get rid of Belwas. I mean, Ollie's only going to get, 5 gold and a reducer. So he's not going to be able to get out enough to defend against whatever Matt's going to play. And Matt's got whatever he's got in hand. And it's a noble cause, so I'm assuming he's got something big in there.
Jorah's got Renown anyway, so he's actually losing a power. The same power he will gain from Renown with Danny.
So. I think I would have got rid of Strong Belwas there, because then he'd be on 11 power. He'd only need 4. Renown on Jorah, Renown on Danny, so that's 2 already. Power claim, that's 3. And then just 1 more then. Whereas I think he might struggle to get 5.
So now he's got 2 military monarchons on the board. I mean, if you disagree with that, let us know, but I think if I was running Fire and Blood, I might be tempted to lose a dragon, because it's not really that much of a Dracarys threat anymore. But like you say, he's given Danny Renown.
Yeah. So you'd have chosen the dragon. I'd have chosen Strong Belwas.
Possibly, yeah.
Matt's
Matt
gone
chosen
for Jorah.
So.
Would you guys choose Danny?
But he might not run Fire and Blood, in which case, don't kill the dragon.
If he had a Fire and Blood in hand, then
well, he would have picked the dragon, yeah.
But if he didn't have one in hand, I wouldn't have chosen the dragon.
I can probably unequivocally state here he does not have Fire and Blood in hand, so he would choose the dragon.
Yeah,
why
exactly.
wouldn't you?
So Reed has finally managed to find his way back onto the board. And I think that was it for Ollie's marshalling. So saving 2 gold there. He's choked. He is a bit, but he's got plenty in the discard now, so I'm assuming there's something in there that he can flea bottom in. In fact, there's a Wildling Scout in there because we saw him use it earlier.
It seems like Ollie maybe only has the 1 economy plot.
Maybe.
1 economy plot. Splurge out guys quickly. Win ASAP.
Because with your Greyjoy deck, don't you run loads of econ or something? Won't you run 12 at some point?
Maybe.
And 3 2-gold plots or something stupid.
3? 4?
4.
Maybe 3. I don't know.
What's that? Mother of Dragons.
I got mocked for it.
You did alright with your Greyjoy. Can you remind me what Mother of Dragons does? So you nil Mother of Dragons, so the character is also participating in a challenge? But you don't have to kneel the character, is that right?
Yeah, so it's only if you have a participating dragon. So if Drogon is going into a military, you can kneel Mother of Dragons to have Dany participate also, without her kneeling. So,
okay.
So that way she still participate, gets her insight and renown, and give the -1 pressure on the opponent.
And I see that Rhaegal's also hit the board, so Dany's getting that restand.
Oh, that's it then. Ollie's screwed.
Well, I mean, Victarion's got Intimidate, right? So if you can just intimidate the power icon in Dany.
Well, how?
Well, Dany's the only power. So if Ollie goes in...
Ollie's got a boat.
Yeah, if Ollie goes in with Victarion and the Reader and boosts them, then he'd win by enough to kneel Dany.
So is that the play?
Possibly. Because
It seems sensible.
Actually, he's also got the scout, hasn't he, in the discard? So he could even just put the scout in so he can stealth past Dani. Then she can't even defend it. And we know that he's got loads of annoying unopposed tricks too.
Yeah, if he did that, he can trigger the reader for draw or pillage. Probably draw.
I think at this point,
He needs
draw.
cards.
Yeah.
He needs some more options.
Oh, here we go. It's a flea bottom. I'm going for the scout. Yeah. Oh, and Matt's taken the opportunity to play Fire and Blood. So
Matt did have a Fire and Blood.
He did, but look what he's brought back. Ollie's thinking, hell yeah, I'm going to stealth past Dani. And Matt's like, screw you, I'm going to go and get Viserion. So Dani's got stealth.
So now the board is populated.
Dear.
You can see why Matt chose Jorah. Because he got the dragon with Jorah's icon to plug that void.
He does, but Jorah still had renown.
It's just 1 power. Like Ollie's only on 5. He's not in a position to win the game.
You say this, but as I said before, 8 power in 1 challenge he got last game.
That's not going to happen in this.
Probably not.
He's not going to win a power by 5.
Let's have a look though. I wonder what he's going to do. Do you think he'll do the intrigue first with the scout? Actually, there's no point, is there? Because Dani's standing. Or maybe he'll just do it with the scout so that it fizzles and then he can do things properly with the other 2.
Yeah, possibly.
Because at the moment there'll be -1 for the crossing.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'd guess he'd do the intrigue, as I say, with the scout. That lets him do his second challenge at full strength to possibly kneel out Dani. But then because there's there's a dragon as well standing now, so there's like 2 power icons.
I mean, what you do here, you probably have to nail the scout, then you sack the scout to give Victarion stealth.
Yeah.
You go in with power with both of them. And you stealth the dragon.
Oh, he's sacking the scout straight away.
Yeah, so this way you stealth the dragon, and then Dani has to kneel, or otherwise she'll be knelt. You'll win it by 4, 6 if you want to trigger the boat, but you don't need to.
But
and you can kneel a dragon as well. Probably the dragon with the power icon.
Oh, it's a little bird that's on Vicky. Okay. So he's doing the power, stealthing the dragon. That's what you said.
Yeah, but he's doing it with like -2 strength.
Yeah.
If he'd have done the intrigue first.
I think he might have been concerned that he wouldn't be able to stealth if he did so. And taking the first action to boost Victarion. So Victarion's on 5. So normally 5, -1 because of crossing, -1 because Dani's standing, but +2. So yeah, 5. And then the reader's on like 3. But now Dani's kneeling, so they're both going up. So we've got 6 and 3. 9 to 5, I believe, for the power. So not winning by 5.
It's the first challenge, isn't it? So they're -1 from crossing. So yeah, so 9.
Yeah, so he's winning by 4.
Yeah,
so nil the other
because
stealth.
Ray Galley's out, possibly why Ollie didn't want to do the intrigue. Because Dani could just defend, stand back up, get down and insight.
But it does mean now that both power icons are knelt. So
yeah,
Matt's going to really struggle to get 5 power this turn. I guess he can get an unopposed military and unopposed intrigue, but... Oh, and actually, because the power's going through, isn't it? So he's going to be down to 9 power.
Yeah, but Dani...
Although they've done this all in a very weird order. So you need to claim first. There you go, claim first. And then keywords. Renown.
I was going to say, Dani's still going to get renown and insight from a challenge. And Matt's going to get 2 challenges, unopposed challenges through. So that's going to be 3 power he's going to come back with. And he's going to take Dom as well.
Yeah.
So Matt's going to get 4 power, so he can get to, 13?
Yeah, so Ollie doing it in order now. So they've taken the claim, he's taken renown, he's just considering the intimidate. I think probably, the other power icon is best, which you originally looked at. So that's both power icons knelt. And now it's Matt's challenges. So let's see what we're getting. Intrigue from Rhaegal. That's going to go through unopposed.
Watch this. Going to bring Danny in, then you're going to trigger Danny to stand her. Surprise!
You little shitbag!
I like the victorious wiggle of the fingers as he takes the flame.
Like magic. Okay, that's quite cool. I quite like that. So because Danny was participating in the challenge and they won, Rhaegal's reaction meant that Danny got to restand. So yeah, Danny's stood and got renown and insights. I think he can he do it now?
Yeah, he can.
Unopposed, claim, renown.
Unopposed military.
Yeah, so I think with that unopposed military, that should be the 15. So yeah, so he's done the military unopposed with Belwas. And then going in with Danny, stealthing Victorian just in case. And that is the unopposed, claim, and renown. So that's it, right?
It's done.
They're just finishing off. There we go. Matt taking insight just in case he needs it for, that little bit of time after the 15 power. So yeah, they just figured it out, I think. They're just counting. Cool. So Matt wins. Matt will be going through to play Dan in the King of Swiss in the next round. If you'd like to support the channel, you can do so at patreon.com/The White Walkers. But otherwise, we'll see you next time for the King of Swiss.
Goodbye.
Bye, guys.